These 21 locations are the rated set, built on the bones of an industrial ghost. High in the Arctic, geography. It's about the stories we refuse to stop telling ourselves. This mystical energy is felt deeply at the Great Sand Hills. In indigenous culture, these shifting sands are the gateway to the afterlife. The wind whistling through the dunes sounds like human voices, whispering secrets, perhaps, or warnings. Standing here, the line between the physical world and the spirit world feels dangerously thin. You realize that some places aren't meant to be mapped. They are meant to be feared. In the frozen Arctic, the ground itself is on fire at Smoking Hills. For thousands of years, a chemical reaction has caused the cliffs to spontaneously combust, sending thick clouds of sulfurous smoke into the freezing air. It is a literal gate to the underworld. It is a reminder that the earth is not a dead rock. It is a living, breathing, and sometimes burning organism that doesn't need us to keep the fires going. Resilience, however, doesn't always look like a desert. Sometimes it looks like a pizza in Rowley, Alberta. Rowley is a ghost town with only 10 residents. They refused to let their town be erased, so they started monthly pizza nights. Thousands of people now flock to this empty patch of prairie for a slice of pepperoni and a sense of the steel's backbone, but it was abandoned overnight when prices crashed. Teaches us about the interconnectedness of greed and the double-edged sword of our resources. Is beauty enough to save us when the money runs out? The silence of Val Jalbert, Quebec says no. It has a waterfall higher than Niagara, a breathtaking spectacle of power and mist. But when the local pulp mill closed in 1927, the beauty couldn't feed the families. Today, the town is a hauntingly thorns. Broughton is a monument to the ego, reminding us that without a bridge to reality, even the most golden dreams are just expensive debris. While Snowflake is a glitch of habit, the villages of Ontario were a glitch of progress found at the Lost Villages. On July 1, 1958, the government flooded 40,000 acres to create the St. Lawrence Seaway, and 6 entire villages were intentionally drowned. On clear days, if you take a boat out, you can still see the outlines of sidewalks and the foundations of churches through the green water. It is a submerged museum of grief. One must wonder, can we truly call it progress when the foundation of our time, waiting to be submerged, hoping that something of our shape remains once the water pulls back. But there are places where nature hasn't just replaced humans, it has staged a violent takeover, such as Bonaventure Island in Quebec. Behind the deafening cries of 300,000 northern gannets, the largest colony in the world, lies the skeleton of a fishing empire abandoned in 1926. These aren't just ruins, they are a battlefield where the forest is winning. Tree roots grip the foundations of old homes like skeletal fingers, and grass grows through the floorboards of bedrooms where children once slept. There is a profound irony here. We think we own land, but Bonaventure shows us that we are merely squatters. The moment we stop fighting, the earth reclaims its own, indifferent to our memories or our sweat. The journey begins where the only sound is the rhythmic groan of rusted hinges against the wind at Dorothy, Alberta. Dorothy didn't die from a fire or a flood. It died of a broken heart when the railway simply decided to go elsewhere in 1920. Walking through Dorothy today is like stepping into a film that was paused a century ago and never resumed. Inside the general store, the dust is so thick it looks like velvet, coating cans of food that expired before our grandfathers were born. Dorothy proves a haunting truth. We are only as permanent as the infrastructure that supports us. When the tracks move, our lives become mere echoes. Most people see Canada through a lens of perfection, the sapphire glow of Moraine Lake, the polite smiles of Toronto, the endless forests of maple. But that is just a mask. If you pull back the curtain of this vast, silent wilderness, you will find a version of Canada that the tourism boards don't want you to see. A Canada of glitches, places where the laws of physics, economy, and time seem to have fractured. We are about to embark on a journey across the world's second-largest country, not to see its monuments, but to explore its scars. We are looking for the cracks in reality, 21 locations where the world feels thin, where ghosts aren't just legends but the very air you breathe. Are you ready to see what lies beneath the snow?